3 mistakes to avoid if you ever want to own a house or land in Zimbabwe. Buying a home is the biggest investment you ever make, but in a market like ours, one small oversight can cost you thousands. Today I'm breaking down the 3 biggest mistakes I see buyers make in Harare so that you don't have to. Make sure you stay until the end of this video because I promise you, all 3 of these mistakes are equally important. So you've worked hard, you've saved, and you're finally ready to own a piece of land, a piece of Zimbabwe. Did you know that 1 in 5 property deals in our current market hits a major financial or legal snag? Today, I'm not going to show you houses, but I'm showing you how to protect your future. We're diving into these mistakes that turn your dream home into a legal nightmare. So let's get into it. The first mistake is the paperwork trap. Mistake number 1 is failing to look beyond the paper. In Zimbabwe, a copy of the title deed is not enough. You need to verify the original with the title deeds office. Is there a bond to the property? Is there a part of a deceased estate? If you don't check, you might be paying someone who doesn't actually have the right to sell. You often hear these 2 terms being thrown around and you might not know what they are or what they mean. These are cession and title deed. They both mean you own the property, right? Wrong. Understanding the difference between owning a guaranteed asset and owning an expensive promise. Yeah, I'm quoting this one. So think of a title deed as a birth certificate to the land. It is a permanent legal registered document at the National Deeds Office. Your name is recorded in the government master's books. Banks only provide mortgage to properties with title deeds. If you want to use your house as collateral for a property loan, you must have a title deed. The security that comes with a title deed is the highest form of protection. No one can claim the land unless you sign a transfer of power of attorney. Now, what is a cession? A cession is more of a membership card. You don't own the land yet. You own the rights to the land and the developer or the local cession. Usually found in the new developments like clusters or new developments or new stands. Now, unfortunately, you cannot get a bank mortgage with a cession. You're also reliant on the developer to eventually subdivide the land and get the deeds processed. Here's a pro tip. If you're buying a property under cession, your number 1 job is to vibe check the developer. Do they have a certificate of compliance? Have they finished their roads and water lines? Because until they do, you won't be getting your title deeds anytime soon. Okay, now let's move on to the second mistake, which is the invisible costs or the hidden costs of a deal. In the Zimbabwean real estate market, invisible costs are the reason why a good deal on paper often turns into a financial headache. These aren't just small fees, they add up to 8% or 15% of your total bill. So when you're saving for a property, for example, if the price is 100,000, make room for about 110,000 because you don't know how much this property owes or how you just need to find out. You need to do your research. So let me break down the invisible costs for you. Okay, so first we have the statutory taxman costs. These are non-negotiables and usually fall on the buyer. There's the stamp duty, which is approximately 3 to 4%. This is paid to ZIMRA for the registration of the transfer. For a house costing $100,000, estimate about $4,000 in these invisible costs. The conveyance fees, approximately 3% plus VAT. These are the legal fees for the lawyers who handles your transfer. And you honestly can't be handling these transfers alone. You need someone who knows the law like the back of their hand. Even if the lawyer is a friend of yours, the Law Society of Zimbabwe sets these tariffs, and they're roughly 3,000 to 3,500 for a standard suburban house. Okay, so now the infrastructure gap or the developer's trap. In many new cluster developments or new developments in Zimbabwe, the price to pay for the stand or the shell is just the beginning. These borehole and solar expenses, there are rate clearances, and their compliance and administration fees. So there's also VAT, which is 15% of the total cost, and there's endowment fees. When the land is subdivided, the developer often owes to the endowment fees to the local council. If this wasn't paid, you might find yourself unable to get your title deed until this is cleared. So to summarize, we have the stamp duty, we have legal fees, we have infrastructure, and we have capital gain. Here's a pro tip. I always tell my clients to have a buffer fund of $10,000. This is to make allowance for all these hidden costs that I just mentioned. Oh, by the way, my name is Helena and I am a real estate sales consultant. If you have any real estate inquiries, be sure to get in touch with me on 0784 999 459. Also, subscribe to this channel so that you can stay updated to all the real estate news and updates. On the next video, I'm going to talk about what determines the price of a property, and this is going to be a 3-video series because this is actually a really big topic that you need to understand before you buy a property or before you sell your property. So get in touch with me if you're looking to buy a property or if you're looking to sell your property as well. And I would honestly encourage you to take your time and not rush the process if you're looking to buy a property. It takes time to find the perfect property for you, and the more you rush things is the more you overlook very important things, and you're risking your life savings or your hard-earned money on things that you didn't take time to make the decision on. If you need to verify paperwork, you can actually go through your lawyer or you can go to the deed office yourself. But I would encourage you to employ or ask a lawyer to do it for you because they know the ins and outs of this industry and they would definitely help you through the process. Don't forget to double check on prices, and please be careful out there because you can't really trust anyone. And if you're looking to buy a property, please make sure that you verify the price because most prices are literally too good to be true. If it's too cheap, be careful. The last thing you want to do is spend your hard-earned money on an unauthorized sale or buy an unauthorized piece of land. Please subscribe to this channel, and also you can follow my WhatsApp channel that I just pasted on my bio. I will see you in the next video. Ciao.